Well, hello, my friends. Today we're going to talk about something very, very different. We're going to talk about ballistic gel. Ballistic gel. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, what is ballistic gel? As the name implies, it is a gel, and it is the same gel that they use to test bullets. You take and you just shoot into it, and the trajectory slows down through the gel, and then you poke out the bullet and you can look to see what if it's a bullet that was used in a crime or whatever. Okay, now we can tear it just like that because it's it's really cool feeling. Anyways, so where'd I get it? I made it. So I'm going to give you the recipe. I'm not going to make it on camera because, well, first of all, I've already made it. But it's very simple. And what do you do with it? Okay, because we're doing jewelry. We don't have our gun out. We're not shooting anybody. And I'm sorry, I just hit the arm that has my camera on it. I do have a new set up, and I'm trying to get used to it. Hopefully this is going to make it a lot easier. I am no longer straddling a 45-year-old, I think it's 45 years old, tripod that we had for our Olympus DSL camera. Yep. That's what I had been filming with for years. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's been over a year and a half. Okay. Anyways, let's put that up. And let's talk about what you do with this when we got jewelry. All right. I was wearing this right here. Now, what if I wanted to make another one of these? What would I do? All right. I would make something to make a mold with. Now, convention says you use some silicone, mix it together, and just make a one-time mold. Not a one-time mold. It's a reusable mold, but it's a mold like this here. This is silicone. Okay. It's expensive, especially if you only need the mold for one thing. You don't need a bunch of them. So, this is actually the one you can see that it's got rough here because when I poured it, I did not pour it all the way smooth. Let's see, this right here is this one. I also did one using, let's see, this right here. It says Jingle Bells. And there is what I got of that. Clear. Can you see it? Yeah, it'd be prettier. Yeah, I could see it better if I did it in a color. What else did I do that with? Oh, this is a button, and I thought that was pretty. Okay, whoops, I hit you. I'm sorry. Let's see. Can you see the flower on it? And it's shallow and hollow. I didn't pour it very deep because I weren't sure what it'd come out as. This is my very first attempt at this, and I'm quite happy with it. I watched a guy on the internet do this. He made toy dolls. Let's see. There's this little one here, and I made it very thin because the charm that I put in there was very thin, but I wanted to make it thicker. So right there's the one I used. Whoops, right there. And I've got clay under it. Same with this here. I got clay under that one, and that one, and that one. These here are actually molds that you use like this. Fill this in, but the back side is also the shape of a cross. I'm going, well, you know what? Why not use that? Let me turn it this way. Let me try using that. Okay, so we're going to pour that one. But first, let's unmold one. Okay? And we do it just like how I pulled it out of that container that I have the solution in. Is that what you'd call it? No, I don't know what you call it. The all right, you just go like this here. All right, here's a cross. So let's pull things away. Just pull it away a little bit. You don't want to rip. Remember I showed you could rip this? You don't want to rip it. Here we go. Here we go. Now I did not put this in the refrigerator. You can make it stronger. Oh, it's got some impurity right there. By refrigerating it. Refrigerator? Yeah. Putting it in the refrigerator. All right, let me see if I can get that away from the edge here. I remember right, that was not the easiest thing to do on the other one. Okay, now, and push a little bit, push, push, push. You remember we can tear these, and we don't want this one tore, because it will come, ta-da. Okay, see? All right, let's see if we can get this one out now. And I got a little bit on the outside here. See that there? Throw that back in the bin. We're going to melt that right in. Okay, let's see if I can get this one now. Oop, I tore it. Can you see the tears? Look at right here. Yep. Yep, and it's... Yep. This is right full of gel. Shame, shame. Oh, you know what the problem is? I think, all right, maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Yep, I was wrong. Okay. I was thinking this was hollow, but it's not. All right. So, if I had taken that a little easier, I may have been able to get that out. Well, I didn't. So, I didn't. There's still stuff in there. Still stuff in there. And it's possible if I had refrigerated it, it would have come out clean. But, can I still use that? I have to worry about the cracks, but it looks like it goes back okay. So I should be able to pour it, and it will be a solid. It won't have the hole in it, but I can drill the hole afterwards with a Dremel or whatever. Oops, I'm out of thing. Sorry about that. All right. So we know that you can do that. All right, there's the cross. And it looks like I'm going to have to drill the, because is that hole there? Yeah, there's, it didn't fill in, but when I pulled it out, it obviously doesn't look like, yeah, it didn't make the hole there. So, but can you see the texture of the flowers and stuff that's on that cross? Okay, so there's that. Now, I want to do a color, so let's pause. Okay, let's look at the recipe. Reusable gel mold. You're going to use 2 ounces of unflavored gelatin. That's actually 2 of the boxes if you're buying the Knorr. There's 4 little packets in there that are 1/4 of an ounce each. So you're going to need 2 boxes of that. And then I got the glycerin at Walmart over in the pharmacy area, 6 ounces of that. You're going to first, in a bowl, you're going to add the unflavored gelatin and the cool water, about 1/3 of a cup, a quarter of a cup to 1/3 of a cup. You're going to need a total of 1 cup of water. All right, so you're going to dump the water in and you're going to stir really quick because the gelatin will start absorbing that. And if you don't stir it real quick, you'll have dry and some moist. And you want it all to be moist. And then it's called blooming. You just let it sit there and rest for about 5 minutes. And the gelatin will absorb more and more of that moisture and called bloom. All right, then you're going to add the boiling water, which is 2/3 of a cup of boiling water. You're going to add that all at once and you're going to stir, 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 and it's going to melt. And just keep stirring until it's all, there's no lumps, okay? And it's all in there. If you do get lumps, when you reheat it, the process down here, a lot of those lumps are going to go away, but it's better to deal with it here than down here, okay? Once everything is melted and it's all liquid, then you're going to add your glycerin. You pour that in all at once and just stir it until it's combined. Then you're going to put it in the refrigerator to chill. That will harden it. And then you heat it and pour it in the mold. Can you just pour it in the mold here? Probably, but you don't have it fully combined. By heating it, doing that twice, basically, it's going to be a more, yeah, don't you like that? It's going to be more mixed up. Okay, so that's your recipe. All right, I took this and I put it in my microwave for 1 minute and it's fully melted. So let's take this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour it in. You can see that it is liquefied. Can you see that my mold is starting to float? That's not good, but that's all right, because we are going to take a toothpick and we're going to put it back down. Put it back down. All right. See the bubbles on the top? That's going to be the back side, so that's not a problem, but you don't want any bubbles. Like there's the air bubble right in the middle of that. There we go. No bubble there. All right. I think this is still floating. Let me flip it over, then flip it back. All right. I could do what I did with these here, which use clay. But the clay has a purpose on those. The clay is actually to make it thicker. And these didn't need to be thicker, but I don't want them to float. In my original test thing that I did, let me just kind of push that all over to the side so you can see better through it. You see I still have air bubbles in there. In my original one, I had a piece of wood and it did 2 things. First, it floated, which wasn't good. And second of all, some of the finish on the wood came off the wood thing and tainted the ballistic. Oh, that one floated too. You two are going to be a pain, aren't you? All right, let's see if I can get all the air bubbles out, which will make it a little lighter. All right, that one's flipped over. This one's, need this one flipped over. Ah! Shoot, I messed that one up. I flipped that one over. No! Here we go. Stick that back down. All right, this one still needs to be flipped. There we go. All right, I'm going to keep monitoring this so they don't float back up. I think if I once this cools down more, I don't think these will float back up once it starts to set, but I don't know. I've never had this. This is only the second time I've done this, okay? The first time I did not have any problems because I was, other than the wood, and the wood floated. Just like these two did. Yeah. What else did I try? I tried a butterfly. The problem that I had with the butterfly, here, let me wipe my hands off. I got glycerin. Yeah, the gel all over my hand. All right, the butterfly, where'd I do the butterfly? I put it away somewhere. Anyways, it had a rough edge on it, and so this came out rough, and I don't like that. I can use resin, fill it in with resin, and just kind of smooth those edges out. But yeah, this one here is, where is it? It's that there, see? And I really like this. And what I want to do with this is put some resin on the bottom, seal the bottom, and then put some inclusions and just make a shaker out of it. I think that would be cute as a shaker. Okay, oh, that floated back up. What did I do with my toothpick? All right. Stick it back down. All right. All right, while that is doing its thing, I'm going to move it over here. Holler if you see that float back up. All right, I want to fill these molds, but I want to do them in color so they're not clear like this. All right. And I was at Walmart today and I came across this midnight blue metallic, and we'll see how that looks in resin. I like the metallics. Okay, a little bit of resin here. And stir it in. I'm using the silicone stylus. Can you see the shimmer on that? The light hits it. I'm hoping that will look nice in a ring. All right, let's bring this over here. All right, I'm going to spread that a little bit right there, and I'm going to put a drop in. And another drop. And I kind of dropped some on the side. That's all right. And because this is colored, I can actually see it in the mold, where before, when it was clear, I couldn't tell how much I had in because it was clear. As you use the gel, each time you use it, it will get darker and darker. The color of that doesn't really matter. And you can use 2-part epoxy in this. The guy who did it online, that's what he was using. He was not using a UV. The problem with the UV is when it's curing, it heats up a lot more than your 2-part epoxy. Well, sometimes 2-part epoxy can get pretty warm. Anyways, since the way you reuse this is actually by melting it, so yeah, that could be an issue. Just letting you know, that could be an issue. All right, let me grab that there. All right, I need to mix up some more of this. So more blue and some more resin. I wasn't sure how much I needed, how much that ring would take, so I didn't want to over make So yeah. Yeah, I may have got that too dark now. You need the light to still be able to penetrate it because this is UV. Yeah, let me put a little more resin in there so that it thins it out a little bit more. There, right there. I mean, it still has color. It's just not quite so. Not quite so. Ugh. Oh well. Making a mess. Really didn't notice. Yeah. So reading. Oops, I got to turn the gel. The molder. And I probably should have put this in the refrigerator before filling it. Just harden it a little bit harder. You can see the air bubbles over here. Alrighty. But I've wanted to do this for, oh, I would say months and months and months, and I got all the stuff for it. It just, I don't know why I put it off so long. I guess because I tried another thing that I saw online that I thought was going to be cool, and it was, you know, like, you're going, this is not what they billed it as. It was a big flop. And that was using the glycerin as a what's that called? To do paper beads, to coat them, and then you put the glycerin on, and then you use I'm sorry, I got very little sleep last night, so my brain's not functioning, obviously. It's where you roll it in this powder, and you heat it, and it melts, and it's like enameling. Okay, can't think of what it's called. Maybe when I edit, I'll be able to think of what it's called, and I can just write it right up on there for you. But right now, I got nothing. I got nothing. I got about 2 hours sleep last night. My legs got cold, and then if my legs are cold, I don't sleep well. And then I got my legs fairly warm, and my back started hurting really bad. So took some aspirin. Didn't really do anything for it. So today I took some muscle relaxer and put some icy hot on. And that seems to help a lot. I mean, it's still not 100%, but it sure is better than what it was. Okay, that one's full. Let's go down here and just fill this bead. We'll call it a bead because that's what it is. But then we're going to put this under the UV light, which is really boring to watch. Anyways, I'm to Walmart, as I was saying, I got this paint. I had to go get my prescriptions at the base, and there's a Walmart, excuse me, a nice Walmart, there's one in this area, about a mile from there, so I said, well, well, anyway, let me go to that Walmart, check out the crafts there, and got that paint. I also got this glitter, and everything, and I got these confetti things, foil packs. These were $1, they were on clearance, so I said, you know, Clarence is a friend of mine, yeah. So, I'm sorry. I guess I'm still going to be hitting you. I was hoping once once you're no longer right here on top of me, well, you're still right up there on top of me, but my chair isn't going to be knocking you anymore. I guess every time I hit the table, it will move because this is clamped to the table. All right, let's clean that off. Clean, 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 clean. Clean this. Let's put a little bit more right in there. I can see the top. It is not all the way to the top yet, over here on this side. And it's probably not level. Level makes a difference when you're resining. When I put it in the light, under the light, it will be level. And if it comes up a little above, I think it's right to the top. If it comes up a little above, that's going to be okay because we can just file that off. All right, there we go. I don't know if you can see the side. Yeah, you can see sideways a little bit. Let's see. I wonder if I can get those air bubbles out. There's just a couple of air bubbles. Because it's gel, I might be able to bung some of it out. I'm not really going to, am I? All right, 5 minutes under the light. All right, let's check this out. Let's do the cross first. Kind of loosen it up. Loosen it up. Okay. And it came out good. All right. It needs to be cleaned up a little on the edges, but yeah, let's focus, focus. There you go. See, you can see the little flowers and everything that was on the back of that cross. That was the back, by the way. The front, that's what the front looks like. I'm not Catholic, so I did the back. All right. Let's try this one. As you can see, it's been split, so we're just going to bring it on up. All right, it's got some gel in it. Let's poke this out and, oh, it's not, it's just shiny from, just shiny. All right. All right, that's what the beads looks like. I just need to drill a hole through it. And last but not least, let's pull the ring out. As you can see, that's the over pour. Pull it like that there. Let's bring that around. There's more of that over pour. Okay, let's bring this out. It's ripping, so this is going to be a one-time use. There we go. Reshape it because it's still soft in there. And there we go. There's the ring. Okay, and where's the original? Right here's the original. So, ta-da! I'm going to put this back under the light and harden it a little bit. All right. This here goes back in. Oops, let me pull any of the extra pour stuff off. Make sure I don't have anything that I can pick off there, so we don't want any shards or anything that don't belong. That's not this gel. As we use it, the gel will darken. Like I said, it's just how it is. So, but you can use it over and over and again. See, this is starting to thicken up. See where the liquid is? Can you see it? It's starting to thicken up. These here are thickening up, and those crosses keep floating. Here, can you see? See the gel, how thick it is? I'm putting it back down. Yeah. I think if I want to use the crosses in this, I'm going to have to fill them with with clay and stick them to the bottom. I don't think these crosses are going to be usable in this mold, but since all I have to do is reheat it all and do it again, not a big loss. I will have these 4 that I can use. We'll see what those come out like. All right. Okay, let's see how these came out. You can see I've pushed those down several times, and this is very, very set. Let's start at this side, because if I mess it up, then, you know, big deal. All right, you can see these are this one's not so bad. That one's deep. I'm gonna have to dig it out. Oh, look at it. That's a nice, it's a nice, what do we want to call it? Mold. It's a nice mold. All right, you pull this guy. Ta-da! Ta-da! Let's throw that in the thing to remelt. All right. Not sure if those air bubbles are. Right. We don't know how that come out until we check it. Yeah. Let's check this one. All right. Little scissor action here. Look at, can you see how nice that is? I like that. Let's see what this one come out like. Oh, it does look like a dragonfly. Cool. All right, let's dig this one out. Let me just go around it with just cut down through the gel here. Pull that out. All right, let's pick this out of there. We don't want any debris. That's kind of cool looking too. Anyways, let's throw that in to be remelted. All right. And there we have a cross mold. Do have, this is not ballistic gel, this here. Again, I need a mold gel. I need another name for it. I can't keep calling it ballistic gel. This is resin. That excess resin from a project. I just put it in there and cured it. All right. Well, should we test it out? Should we test it out? Yes. All right. Let's get some resin. Yeah, I do want to make it colored though, but not this color. This, I mean, this worked for this. You can see where the stones were. The stones are in there. That one's missing. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Would fit as a ring, except for I don't like wide rings. We'll figure something out for that. Okay, I'll be back. All right, put some resin there. Also, let's now, a lot of times when I'm doing inclusion things, I'll do it right in the mold, but since this is very easily scratched, I'm not going to do it right in the mold. I am going to put a little bit of layer down, just so it will yeah, be there. Give it a little buffer when I start adding stuff to it. we go. All right, now I think with this one I'm going to use some of this glitter that I got today without spilling it, hopefully. Here we go. Can you see it? Isn't that pretty? All right, now we got to punch this hole out here. Oh, I bumped you again. Sorry about that. And then this right here will turn. All right. Okay. Glitter, glitter, glittery glitter. That's so pretty. All right, let's put it in the cross. Put it in the cross. All right. Gonna need more. All right. Let's add more resin. And more glitter. And a lot of glitter. I got tons of glitter, so I can use as much as I want. Whew. The only thing I have to worry about is getting it too thick so the light doesn't pass through it. But because it's not a solid, it is actually little pieces of glitter, I'm thinking that we're going to be okay. I might do 2 layers. Do this layer and then finish up with that one. All right, let's just put a small layer on the bottom of that one, and a small layer here. Okay. A little bit of ballistic gel there. All right, still got to get the name right on that one. You know what? Let's use a paintbrush to spread this out, and that way it won't. If I use a toothpick, I'm afraid it's going to scratch the delicate little scrolls and stuff. I need more. That's not enough. Not enough resin in that one. Pull some from that one because we want to add some color. All right. I'll put just a little dot right there. All right. Air bubbles in there. I don't really want to use the lighter on this because the lighter will melt the gel. So let me go get something else. Okay, I went ahead and did some of this off camera. Oh, I didn't do the little thing there. All right, let's pull this one out. Oh, I like it. Look how well that came out. I need to trim, but that's okay. Yeah, look how sparkly that one is. Very good. Okay, let's check this one. All right, you really can't see the design real well because of what I did here, but it's possible if I back it with a green so that it's solid, it may come through better. I don't know. We will try that. We're not going to throw that one away. Let's try this one here. This is a multicolored one. All right. It does need to have a top coat on it, maybe, to make it shiny. It does need to be trimmed. Is it horrible? No. It's interesting. Okay, let's take this one out. This one was that flower. Oh, it came out pretty good as a flower. Look at that. Can you see the flower? That's, yeah, see? Yeah, that one came out good. All right, and this is the cross, the other cross. Oh, it is not cured. So it was too thick or whatever. Unless, of course, that is melted, this stuff. That could be too. Let me put it under the light. If it hardens, then it's resin. If it doesn't, then it is, yeah, then it's the ballistic stuff that melted under the heat. All right. All right, what else did we do? We did this. We took a metal bead and made a resin bead. It does need to be drilled to be used as a bead. We took this ring, made a mold, and made a copy of it. Much lighter weight. And this is with that dark blue paint that I bought today. We did a cross here, whoops, that side of the cross, and made a copy of it. If I top coat this with the clear, it will be shiny and will look prettier. Don't know what I'll use that for yet. Okay, what else do we do? Okay, we did this one here. Let's see. Oh, it's raining. Can you see? Come on. Focus, focus, focus. Focus, focus. Okay, you can see there. See all the scroll work and everything? The glitter probably was not the best choice in this, because it just kind of hides that glitter, that scroll work. And that's what the scroll work was from. All right, so we had some fun. We did some stuff. All right, let's check to see this. Nope, there is ballistic oils. All right. So let's just wipe it off. Polish it up. You get a baby wipe, clean it off with that. Ballistic stuff is just gelatin and glycerin. I mean, you could eat it if you wanted. I wouldn't, but you could. I mean, it's both food grade stuff. Yeah, this one did not come out as nice. I mean, we need to really go around and like clip all this stuff off. My deburring tool is actually still out in my shed, but that will take that off easy. Is it as pretty as the other one? No, not at all. Nope, not at all. But we can top it off and just make it into something else if we want. We do not have to keep it the way it is. It is a cross. It is usable. We could just keep layering more inclusions on the front if we wanted. We could turn it over after we clean this up and make something on the back. I mean, it's our world. We can do what we want with it. All right, what have I gotten this? What did I put that back in for? Oh, I know what I put it back in for. Yeah, see? That's the glycerin. Yep, it melted. All right, I have to clean all this stuff here off because we definitely don't want that melted back into our gel. But as you can see, you know, the guy, he said that he could get more than one use out of his. I don't see it. He did say that each time you used it, it was a little less perfect. But, and I do not remember the guy's name. I'm terrible about that. Yeah. But basically, he did what I did. Actually, he didn't show as much of it making it that I did. He just explained how he did it. And I gave you the recipe. The recipe. I guess he gave the recipe because I got it from him. But yep, make sure you clean all this stuff off, all the resin bits. Right. Ooh, look at the glitter. God bless glitter, right? It gets everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay. Anything else we need on there? We never did the dragonfly. Should I do the dragonfly real quick? I'll do that off camera. You don't need to see that. It's just, I'm just gonna do a little drop there. And just cure it. It'll be clear, but hey, it'll let me know whether or not that dragonfly worked. All right, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. I have a huge mess to clean up, so I am going to finish this video. This right here is little resin bits these here I actually save because you can use them as inclusions. So this here, I did this cross with leftover colors and stuff. I think it's very pretty. So don't throw away your leftovers or your inclusion, your dried resin stuff. You can just use it again. Put it in, and you can either use it for filler, so you don't have to use as much resin. I usually use it as part of the design. I use, because, you know, I don't know if you can see in there. Not really, but they're pretty. Their pieces are pretty. See? So you can just chop them all up or use them like they are, and yeah, what I said. Okay, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creation. It's been fun. Try some mold. Make your own mold someday. It's not that expensive. It's really easy. Just when you're done, you throw it back in, put it in the microwave for a minute, and you can pour another one. Also, if you put it in the refrigerator, it will get firmer. And the guy said that as you go, each time you heat it and use it, it makes sense because you're losing a little bit of water. It will get firmer and firmer. Okay? All right. Hit the like button. Just because. I'll see you next time. Bye.